In this video, I'm going to teach you how to turn any bonus bet into guaranteed profit. This exact method made me over $100,000 in my 20s. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do it. There are other methods that will get a higher bonus turnover percentage, which you'll learn later if you are a Platinum Squad member or if you're already using Betfair. You'll be turning over your bonuses at 80+%. If you're an advanced match bettor, you might be getting towards 100%. But in this video, I'm going to teach you how to turn any bonus into 65% of its value through a method called two-way Dutching. It's called two-way Dutching because, well, basically what you're going to be doing, you're going to place the bonus bet and then you're going to back the other team on the opposite bookie to make sure that one of those bets wins and one of those bets loses. Therefore, you've hedged, you've guaranteed yourself profit. Now, the first thing I need to do is find a team between the odds of $4 to $9. I can identify here that the Dolphins are playing the Melbourne Storm in just over an hour, and they're paying $5.10. I've got a $50 bonus here in my sports bet. Don't worry about where the bonus come from. This is an example of just how to use any bonus. I've added that to the slip. Now, I don't know if this is a good bet yet because I haven't compared the best odds for the Melbourne Storm. What the aim is now is to find the best odds for the Melbourne Storm. We're going to use that and put it into the calculator. So, we're aiming for 65%. This is the profit percentage figure here, 65%. Now, I know that around about $1.19 is what I need to be looking for to get 65%. So I need to find a bookmaker which has the Melbourne Storm for $1.19. Now, I'm going to search around for that. Now, if they're $1.18, they go down to 62%. If they're $1.17, it goes down to 59%, which is not what we want. We want at least around the mark of 65%. You can get 64, 63 if you want to be a little bit, not waste any more time finding it. But the reality is, if you're going to be successful in this space, you probably want to be getting at least 65%. For Platinum Squad members, you're turning over at 80% using Betfair. But back to the point, we're going to be looking for something that has the Melbourne Storm at $1.19. I'm going to search through these markets now. I'm going to go into Top Sport, have a look. They got them at $1.17. As we know, that's no good. Tab has them at $1.17. PointsBet has them at $1.15. That's yuck. I will talk about this though. If I had a bonus bet on PointsBet here, I would actually have a really good bonus turnover if I had a PointsBet bonus, but we don't. Betr, $1.17, no good. Ladbrokes, $1.16, that's yuck. But over here on Bet365, I think we've actually got $1.19 if it hasn't changed. Yes, we do. So what that means is we can back the Melbourne Storm at $1.19 and we're able to get this for 65%. So I'm going to go ahead now and place these bets. You're always going to place the bonus first. As you can see, the return here is $205. In fact, I'm not going to place the bet yet. Now, $205 is what I'm going to get back for the Dolphins winning. Now, if you're a little bit confused, when you're betting with real cash, the bookie doesn't take your stake. You get that in the return. So if you do the math here, 50 multiplied by $5.10 is $255. Now, if I was to place this bet with real cash and not the bonus, take the bonus off there, remove the bonus bet, $50 here, you're going to get back $255. However, when you use a bonus, the bookie is going to take that bonus bet back at the end of that if that wins. So they're actually going to take that 50 off. So that's why this is 205 and not 255. So that's ready in the slip. Now, this calculator says here that I need to place $172.27 on the Melbourne Storm for this return to be the same. However, this is rookie stuff. You never ever bet with decimals because you stand out like a deer in headlights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go head over there and I'm going to actually round down. I'm going to round down to 170. As you can see, my account already has $170 on it. And I'm going to be placing that bet once I do that. So let's go ahead and place the bets. Sports bet first. Bonus bet always gets placed first. Bang, that bet is on. Thanks for coming. And then I'm going to go over here and place this bet on the Melbourne Storm. Bang, thanks for coming. So that is now on. So no matter what happens, I'm going to get back, let's revisit the math here, $202.30 is going to get back if the Melbourne Storm win. As you can see, my Bet365 is going to win. And if Dolphins win, I'm going to get back $205. So no matter what, there's going to be a return of either $205 or $202.30. Now, if you look at what we've actually invested here, we've only actually invested $170 of our own money. This is not our money. Now, there's going to be some people saying here, hey, but how did you get this bonus bet? Didn't you lose $50 in the first place? Forget about that. That's not the point of this video. There's many other methods where you can actually acquire bonus bets with either a small risk or no risk at all. You're going to get bonuses from sign-up offers and all sorts of other methods. The key of this video is not to tell you how to get bonus bets, but it's tell you how to use bonus bets. And this is a way where you can turn any bonus bet into 65% of its value. Back to the point, we've got a $205 return here, and in that scenario, if the Dolphins win, we know we've only invested $170, so we'd actually gain $35. So if you do 35 divided by 50, we had a $50 bonus. Our profit's going to be 35 if the Dolphins win. We've actually made 70% of this bonus. Because we didn't bet the exact amount that the calculator says, we're going to actually make more if the Dolphins win. So that's fine. We're going to make $35 if the Dolphins win. And if the Melbourne Storm win, we're going to be getting this back, which is $202.30. Now, you're essentially making what this bet is. If the Storm win, that's your profit. You can see it already there, $32.30 minus 170. You make $32.30. Divide that by 50, you've got a 64.6% bonus turnover. So in this scenario, I've guaranteed myself at least $32.30 or $35 no matter what happens. And this is just what you can apply to any bonus bet that you get. Now, I will say that if you're not a Platinum Squad member and you don't know how to use Betfair, this method will eventually get you undone because you'll get banned, because the bookies know this is rookie behavior. You can turn any bonus bet over like this. However, if you're a Platinum Squad member, you'd be turning it over on Betfair on horses, much more complex. We have over 4 hours of videos on Betfair alone. In fact, it's closer to 8 hours now, and many tutorials showing you how to do this. You should be aiming towards 80% at least if you're a Platinum Squad member. And if you're a mentorship member, you'd be turning over at 100 with way more advanced methods. But back to the point of this video, this is what you're going to be doing with any bonus bet. If you are just starting out, you can turn any bonus bet into guaranteed profit. The bookies don't want you to do this. They want you to punt your bonuses and throw them down the sink. But I've just walked you through an easy $32.30 at least. I don't have to watch the game. I know that one of those bets is going to win, one of them is going to lose, and that's it. Now, tracking that in the spreadsheet, if you want to track it into spreadsheet, what I'm going to do, 24th of August, you can see I've been placing some other bets on there. Let's ignore those for the time being. Bonus, sports bet, and it's going to be on the sport. Going to go on the Dolphins versus Storm. I've placed a $50 bet. Back odds were $5.10. My second bookie was Bet365. I placed $170 on there at, $1.19. And the commission's not relevant here. And if this wins, 1 is my first bet. So if the Dolphins win, we know we're making $35. If the Melbourne Storm win, we're going to be making $32.30. There's a simple example of just made $32 without risking a cent. So instead of gambling your bonuses, that's an example of how to turn any bonus bet into 65% of its value risk-free. So if you are confused and you are wondering, I'm going to show you some examples of other bets that I looked at that I never took because the odds were crap. This is actually blown out to $5.30, which means that we probably could have got technically just now a higher bonus turnover. If that was $5.30, we actually would have got 68%, and we could have bet 180 on that other team. We would have made an extra $2. Now, if you go back and look at what I was saying before, if we had a bonus bet on PointsBet, we could have actually turned over our bonus at a much higher rate. So let's just say we had $5.50 here. You can already see it's up to 71%. So if you were to take this, turn it over, I don't think I have any bonuses. No, I don't. $5.50 here, that would be turned over, and then you take the $1.19 over here, same thing. You're actually going to be getting 71% of the bonus turnover. So the bigger the odds are, the bigger the discrepancy, the better it is. And obviously the higher the percentage you want. So going through, let's just have a look at some AFL just to give you a little bit of context to what we're looking for to make sure you understand this. If you go look at the AFL, anything that falls within that $4 to $9 range, we're looking at Essendon here, and that's pretty much it. So let's have a look at Essendon, $6 odds. We're looking now at Brisbane at $1.13. So let's put Essendon in there, $6 and $1. We probably want like $1.18 would be good. Sorry, that's too high. $1.16 would be really, $1.15 even. So $1.15 we'd want if we were getting $6 odds on the non-favourite. We want to be looking for $1.15. So let's have a look. You can see $1.13 there. That's no good. We can go to the AFL here. Not the American football. $1.12, no good. What a bet I got for $1.13, no good. Head over to PointsBet. Let's have a look. AFL, they've got $1.12. No, that's a wrong game. $1.13. Let's have a look at what Tab has. $1.13. So as you can see, you're not always going to get the best odds $1.13. So at the moment, that game is not ideal. $1.13 would be like 57 or something. Yeah, 57%. So that's no good. You wouldn't take that. But you can do what I just did and you find a nice match. $5.50 and $1.19 would be really good if you had a PointsBet bonus. But I've taken $5.10 and $1.19, which is more than good enough if you are doing your two-way Dutching. Reminder, Advanced match bettors don't do this. They do more advanced stuff with the Platinum Squad methods with Betfair and horse racing. But if you're just starting out and learning match betting, here is an example of real life match betting. This works. This is how you make money. This is the basic concept that you need to understand. If you get this concept down pat, we've not actually risked a single cent. Don't worry about where the bonus came from. This is just literally profit. We're using the bookmaker to guarantee profit. No matter what happens, we're going to get a return on one of those sides. Now, you might ask, what happens if it's a draw? Fair question. I'll show you what happens. Now, let's go back to the original bet. Our bet's $5.10. We're actually going to look, there's a specific rule that will happen if there is a draw. Now, in NRL, there's actually extra time, golden point. But if it's still level after golden point, it technically can be a draw. What will happen if it's a draw is both the odds of these bets will be halved. So, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. You're still going to make profit, but you're going to make less. This is so rare that it's kind of irrelevant, but for people who ask the question, here's the bit for you. If you're a skeptic, what happens if it's a draw? Here's the answer for you. $5.10 now becomes, divided by 2, $2.55. So, instead of getting $5.10 odds, you're actually going to get $2.55 odds. So we're going to put the $50 bonus bet at $2.55 odds. Remember, we have to minus the $50 because the bookie takes that money. So we're going to return $77.50 on this bet, which you can see is much less than the 205. However, you're also going to get a return of half of this as well. So $1.19 on the Bet365 side divided by 2. Now you're probably thinking, how do you get 0.595 odds? That's the odds. But then you still multiply that by 170. Multiply that by 170. We're going to get back $101.15. And as you can see, that's exactly half of this. So on a real cash bet, you just divide the return by 2. And on a bonus bet, you actually have to do the formula, which I walked you through there. So we're going to get back that $101.15 plus we're going to get back the control V figure, which was what the previous bet here, which is $77.50. You press enter there, you're going to get back $178.65. If you go back to the start, remember what was our outlay? Our real money outlay was this. We've still made $8.65, which is technically, 17% bonus turnover, which is yuck, but you still profit. So in the event of a rare draw, if this was to happen, that's what would happen. And in most cases, NRL, there's golden point, so most likely it's not going to end in a draw. NBA, there's always a winner, and the AFL, there's probably 3 draws a season. So if you're just doing this and executing, the draw becomes irrelevant. Hopefully this makes sense. If you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments. If you want to learn more skills and more things around match betting, this is the most basic concept. It's full on rookie stuff, but it's the way in which I started and learned my match betting. Once I learned this method, I then developed more skills, learned more methods, applied them to horse racing, applied them to other promos. The ongoing promos are the most valuable in match betting, not these bonus bets that people think that's all there is. People think, oh, well, how do I get bonus bets now? Good question. Go to our free course. It's explained there. We're here to help. But you should be learning this principle. Not only will this help you make money, but more importantly, every time you are punting, I hate to say this, but if you're still gambling and you're getting a lot of bonus bets, you're actually going to reduce your losses by doing this. Instead of throwing them on roughies, you can actually reduce your losses, which puts more money back in your pocket. And that's how gamblers don't think. Gamblers think, oh, if I got a bonus bet, may as well turn it into 500. No, turn it into $30 and do that 1,000 times over the year. And all of a sudden, you'll realize that more money is back in your pocket. The bookies don't want you doing this. They give you these lures because they want you to gamble them. If you don't gamble them and if you do it this way, you'll have way more money in your pocket. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe. If you have any more questions, as I said, book a free call, do the free course linked in the description, or go watch some other videos. See you next time.